Have you ever wondered what makes a superhero truly iconic? Is it their powers, their costume, or their origin story? Sometimes, even the most legendary characters have a rocky start. Today, we're diving deep into the surprising history of a hero who was almost a one-hit wonder. A character so poorly received at first that they were nearly erased from comics forever. So, who is this mysterious hero? None other than the master of the mystic arts himself, Doctor Strange. It's hard to imagine the Marvel Universe without Stephen Strange, right? His mind-bending visuals and epic magical battles have become a cornerstone of the franchise. But back in 1963, when he first appeared in Strange Tales number 110, the reception was lukewarm at best. Readers at the time were used to science-based heroes like Iron Man, the Fantastic Four, and Spider-Man. They were grounded in a reality that, while fantastical, felt tangible. Then came Doctor Strange, a character who didn't get his powers from a lab accident or a radioactive spider bite. He was a surgeon who learned magic from an ancient sorcerer in the Himalayas. This was a huge departure from the Marvel formula. The co-creators, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, were taking a big risk. Ditko, in particular, was the driving force behind the character. He was fascinated by mysticism and surrealism, and he poured that passion into the artwork. The dimensions were weird, the spells were abstract, and the villains were bizarre cosmic entities. It was unlike anything else on the newsstands, but for many readers it was just too strange. They didn't get it. Where were the fistfights? Where were the relatable problems? Stephen Strange was an arrogant, wealthy surgeon who dealt with threats no one could even comprehend. Sales for Strange Tales didn't exactly skyrocket with his introduction. The feedback was mixed. Some letters to the editor praised the unique art style, but many others expressed confusion. They found the stories hard to follow and the character unrelatable. Compared to the charming, down-to-earth Peter Parker, Doctor Strange felt distant and cold. Marvel's editorial team started to get nervous. In the competitive comic book market of the 60s, a character that didn't immediately connect with the audience was a liability. The pressure was on to either change the character drastically or drop him altogether. For a while, it seemed like Doctor Strange's fate was sealed. He was on the chopping block. Stan Lee, ever the pragmatist, was considering replacing the Doctor Strange feature with something more conventional. But Steve Ditko fought for him. He believed in the potential of the character and the unique world he was building. He argued that Strange offered something different, a journey into the unknown that could expand the very definition of a superhero story. This creative tension between Lee's market-driven approach and Ditko's artistic vision is what ultimately saved the character from oblivion. Slowly but surely, something amazing started to happen. While the mainstream audience was skeptical, a new, unexpected fan base began to emerge. College students and the burgeoning counterculture movement of the mid-1960s. This generation was all about expanding consciousness and questioning reality. And what was Doctor Strange doing every month? Literally traveling to other dimensions and expanding his consciousness. The psychedelic, surreal artwork by Ditko resonated deeply with them. They weren't just reading a comic book. They were going on a trip. Suddenly, Doctor Strange wasn't just a comic character. He was a counterculture icon. College newspapers started writing articles about him. Fans would say things like, "You can't understand Doctor Strange unless you're experienced," a thinly veiled reference to psychedelic experiences. This new wave of popularity was completely organic and took Marvel by surprise. The very things that made him unappealing to the original audience, the abstract concepts, the mystical jargon, the surreal art were what made him a cult classic. This newfound fame gave Doctor Strange the second chance he needed. Marvel leaned into it. The stories became even more bizarre, the dimensions more elaborate. Stan Lee's writing, adapted, embracing the psychedelic lingo and philosophical themes that the new audience craved. Doctor Strange was no longer just a B-list hero in an anthology comic. He was a symbol of a generation. He finally got his own solo title in 1968, cementing his place in the Marvel pantheon. He had gone from the verge of cancellation to a full-fledged star. The lesson here is fascinating. Doctor Strange's survival wasn't because the creators compromised their vision. It was because they held on to it long enough for the right audience to find it. Steve Ditko's unwavering belief in a different kind of superhero story paid off in a way no one could have predicted. He wasn't trying to follow a trend. He was trying to create something new. And in doing so, he accidentally tapped into the zeitgeist of an era. Think about the legacy. Without Doctor Strange, the cosmic and mystical side of the Marvel Universe would be vastly different. We wouldn't have characters like Dormammu, Clea, or the concept of the Sorcerer Supreme. The very fabric of Marvel's reality would be less rich, less imaginative. The success of movies like Thor Ragnarok, Guardians of the Galaxy, and of course the Doctor Strange films themselves, all owe a debt to that initial risky experiment back in 1963. They proved that superhero stories could be more than just physical battles. They could be battles for the mind and soul. So the next time you see Doctor Strange bending reality on the big screen, or casting a spell in the pages of a comic, remember his humble, uncertain beginnings. Remember the artist who fought for his weird, wonderful vision, and the unexpected audience that embraced him. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes, the strangest ideas are the ones that end up changing the world. He wasn't just a hero who saved the day. He was a hero who was saved by a changing culture, proving that even in the world of comics, timing is everything. Thanks so much for watching and taking this journey into comic book history with me. What other heroes do you know of who had a rough start? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't even forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the worlds we love. See you in the next one.